It's not that I don't want you here. Yeah, yeah. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear.
I wanted to talk a little bit about something called the boomerang effect. And I read about the boomerang effect in this book right here. It's All in Your Head by the musician, the artist, the CEO himself, Russ. Okay, Russ is somebody that has inspired me just because I love his individuality and his own process of thinking for himself, right? Stay true to self. And this book has so many amazing chapters in it. So I want to elaborate on one chapter that really stood out to me, and that was called the boomerang effect. And the boomerang effect is essentially whatever you put out into the universe will come back to you. Now, I'm that type of person where everybody that's around me, everybody I love, I always say, do you, but just be willing to deal with the consequences of your actions, right? Good or bad. If you're putting a lot of negative energy out into the world, into the universe, expect that to come back. Nobody is godly enough here to get away with the actions that they put out into the universe. But if you do good and you're a kind person, for example, like my mother would always tell me, treat people the way you want to be treated, okay? So if you treat people with kindness, majority of the time you're going to get kindness in return. Now, this boomerang effect is only really going to work when you know what you want. I watched a lot of Kobe interviews, and in one interview he said, when you know what you want, the universe becomes your library. It gives you access to the tools you need to achieve what you want. So being able to pinpoint exactly what you want is gonna help you achieve what you want out of this life. One of the most important things, this is universal law we're talking about right now, okay? This is the law of detachment. Now, you could throw that boomerang, right? You could throw out those dreams that you have, those aspirations, those things that you desire, and it can come back to you, right? But you have to detach yourself from the wind. The wind is what is going to kill a majority of people's dreams, right? You just have to be attached to the belief that you have in the craft that you're working on, because a majority of the time everyone's attached to, I want to do this in a year, I want to do this in 2 years, I want to do this in a few months. But what happens a lot of the time is that leaves you with disappointment when you don't accomplish it in that period. You cannot put a deadline on success, baby. You can't put a deadline on success. If I put a deadline on success, you guys want to be watching me film this video right now. Why do I say that? Because around 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, I had that plateau time. If you've ever created on YouTube, you know just plateaus happen on YouTube for the most part. And I was plateauing around that time. I wasn't growing much around that time. And I didn't get discouraged. I just kept creating. I wasn't attached to the win. I detached myself from the win and I just kept creating, and now we're getting close to 50,000 subscribers. And I would have never made it at this point on YouTube, just being one example, if I was always attached to the win. I encourage you guys to never lose enthusiasm in your process and to not always focus on the win. Just focus on what you can control right now, because it's never going to be exactly when you want it to be. There's so many forces out here that control so much more, and it's going to be on that time. It's going to be on that divine timing, right? Divine timing. But when you want it, it's not going to be on that time. All you have to focus on is what you can do and what you can control. And that's to continue working on your craft, continue studying, continue learning new things. And this is what's going to get you to that point. But as long as you're focused on this man-made thing called time, you're going to lose enthusiasm in the process. And enthusiasm is so important because this is what makes grinding for something fun, right? It has to be fun. And if you're always focused on the win, you're going to lose that enthusiasm. You're going to lose that desire. Get lost in your passion, get lost in your craft to the point where like time is literally irrelevant, right? Time doesn't matter at that point. You're just focused on the now and what you can control. And like with the boomerang effect, if you're putting positive energy into these things that you're working on and you're focusing on this thing that you want, it's going to come back. Even if it's 5 years, even if it's 3 years or 10 years. If you love it and you know why you started, everything is going to work out. So just focus on what you can control and maintain that belief in what you want and what you're going to achieve. I would say the biggest takeaway from the boomerang effect in It's All in Your Head by Russ is to really just control what you can control. Things that are outside of your power, trying to control that is like carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders at all time. You know what I'm saying? 24/7, 365. Imagine that. And like the great quote says, when the student is ready, the master will reveal itself. Okay? When the student is ready, the master will reveal itself. When you are ready, the universe will take care of you. Okay? When you are ready, God will take care of you. So just continue to focus on the now and what you can control, and everything is going to work out. I promise you, in God's timing, in the universe's timing, that it will come back to you and your life will benefit and you will flourish so freaking much. I am so excited for you guys. Thank you for rocking with me on this free flow conversation with your boy, Jeroy. And I will see you guys next time. Oh, wait, hold on. As always, stay true to self. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.
It's not that I don't want you here. Yeah, yeah. It's something about the way